Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good dawn, hunters. This is your boy sci-fi wishing you a day full of win. Got something today for my shooter lovers, especially my sci-fi third-person aficionados. Today we're talking Crucible, brought to us by Amazon Games. Yes, it's that Amazon. That took me a second to figure out. Crucible is a free-to-play, team-based shooter that looks to take on games like Paladins, Paragon, and Overwatch with a PvPvE take on things. It also reminds me of my days in Firefall and Defiance with map-wide events during your matches that pit players versus the environment. Since it launches free to play in just a few days on May 20th, I wanted to get what I know out there to you guys so we can all cross our fingers together and get ready for launch. Now let's see what this internet marketing giant has for us.
Don't pause. Press play.
Hey there, quick note, thank you so much for stopping by my channel where we cover a variety of games that tickle my pickle. If at any time you find yourself raising that eyebrow of interest or learning something new, I urge you to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Also check the description down below for informative links such as the game site and the Steam page for more information to answer your questions. So in Crucible, you'll take on 3 different match types that pit you and your enemy versus a hostile environment that feels like something straight out of Avatar. When compared to others in the same genre, Crucible definitely brings its A game with a nice attention to graphical detail, special effects, and other impressive visuals. They've ditched the cartoony atmosphere of most games for something a bit more gruff and detailed while not taking itself too seriously. They've gone to the direction of having one massive map with multiple game types, and I feel that this helps balance the game that Amazon is trying to shoot for. One map with 3 types of matches and several in-match events that make each one feel different from the last. The singular map also helps balance out the different movement types each character brings to the table. Some fly, some dash, while others swing like Tarzan, all to set up different aerial and ground-based combos and skill shots. In addition, there are plant-based power-ups sprinkled throughout the map that can cloak or damage enemies. Some can even heal. There are 3 match types so far. The first one, Heart of Hives, is a 4 vs 4 race to capture monster hives that spawn flying enemies to attack nearby players. Kill the hive, grab the heart, and hinder your enemies. First to 3 hearts wins. Up next we have Harvester Command, an 8 vs 8 traditional mode where players fight over nodes to rack up points over time. Harvesters are giant drills that harvest essence, the game's major currency and goal, to level your characters. Anyone who has ever played Firefall will definitely feel the nostalgia hit the fan on this mode. And then there's your third mode, Alpha Hunters. 8 teams of 2 players each fight to see which squad will come out on top. There is no respawn, and if your partner dies, you can make a truce with another solo player to try to make it to the final 3. If you take this alliance, the second the match comes down to 3 players, the team is broken, whoever stands last wins. Pay attention and don't get shot in the back. Now, cool thing is that sprinkled through these matches are about 25 mini events that add variety to each game. These are broken down into 3 groups. You have 4 starter events, minor events that start you off strong, like mass monster kills or maybe minor item drops. There are 7 critical events that help boost your team with bonuses like damage, utilities like map vision, and even direct essence drops for your characters. And then there's 14 major events that can do all kinds of things to the match, such as spawn permanent HP regen effects for characters, massive essence drops, overshields, and summon every monster on the map to one spot for a massive pseudo PvPvE raid. There will be 10 initial characters with the 11th hinted to be on the way, and they all have their own interesting unique flair from how they traverse the map to the weapons they have and how they function in a team. There is some overlap with some having flight and some having, dashes, but that's about where it ends. From the character previews, they do a really good job of making each tune look and play unique. You have your soldiers, your assassins, your hybrids, and even some melee specialists. Now overall, Crucible is looking like a solid addition to the arena shooter, MOBA-ESQUE, call it whatever you want genre. It gives me some serious Firefall vibes, and for those who don't know about Firefall, it was another sci-fi shooter that was Starship Troopers inspired, and while it had a great concept, like, set up a drill, kill mass amounts of monsters that would come to mess up the drill while you and your friends protect it. It also had some PvP to it, etc. Eternal beta killed the game. I'm talking years spent in beta. Crucible has quite the deep pockets backing it, but it takes much more than money to make a great game. We all know this. And while I'm hyped for a solid PC competitive TPS, I always take mainstream games with a grain of salt because hype can be a real monster. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. I left some links down in the description for you to go through, more info on characters and other snippets about the game. It launches on May 20th in 3 days on the Wednesday, I believe, and hopefully I'll be able to get out some more content between now and then, quarantine permitting. Love, peace, and loyalty to your hunts, y'all. Late.